Right, we are back at this spot right now. I'm back at this spot. And we're gonna try and look at some of the detail that we can see now that the area is lit up. Let's get a good shot. Look at how it's all stacked. Looks like I'm not seeing any concrete usage on the outside. I'm seeing a lot of mortar, smaller stones, just looks like things have just been thrown together. What is this, like a angled shaped block? Really resembling the quote unquote natural features all around. Let's check out the arch. Let's just get closer. So we got a protruding wall off of it. So this wall is coming down and it's meeting this stump here. Looks like there was another block here, and just notice how much this tree is growing. This tree is growing directly on top of this stone. See that? And this stone is connected to this wall. We have some mortar right here. Obviously this was constructed. So the question is, how long was this portion of the block? It would have had to have been years ago for this tree to grow on top of it, right? All right, let's get a closer look at construction. There you go. You really can't see any coloring because of all the graffiti, but try and look past the graffiti if you can. Let's get the other side. Got some more of those angled bricks. Here we go. Just globs of mortar. I highly doubt that somebody had put a block here with that level of mortar to connect the block. So obviously what we're looking at is some destruction. Peep how big this singular block is. Pretty big. All right. Just looking around. Also, the entire ground seems to be constructed. Let's get some good shots of the construction. I'm very curious if I'll find some feather and wedge action out here, but notice on the top, it looks like concrete. Again, look past the graffiti. Some interesting construction right here. Let's get another shot of the bricks on the inside. Is that some terracotta in there? Maybe? Maybe some metal. It doesn't look like metal. I do have a magnet. Maybe I'll check it out here in a second. Heavily graffitied site. Alright, I'm gonna go onto the other side and get some more perspective shot. Alright, so now we're on the outside, and take note of how high the ground is, the soil, coming into the window. And also what I noticed walking out was, not the pentagram, But if you look, I'll just jump down the show. Walking out of the structure, we come up here to remember the wall. And here we have some seemingly steps that just almost blend into what would be considered natural geology, right? Coming up, little path through here. I wonder what's underneath all this dirt. Here we go over here. We got some more stone. Let's see if there's any evidence of mortar. And really, all of this looks just like a natural rock formation. It's very interesting to me. But I'm not seeing any evidence of construction, sadly. But maybe you guys will. Again, my eyes to this stuff are still very new. Finding bricks is difficult. Maybe some signs of mortar. It just continues on. Come over here. I'd really like to know how big all of this was originally in the past. Oh, look at that. Almost like a earth sea urchin. Come over here. Still not really seeing any freaking mortar signs, so I don't know. But the fact that this is just right off the side of that fort thing is really interesting to me. And its age. Possibly some older stairs. I don't know if the camera will pick that up. Yeah, I'll be back. All right, what's up guys? I'm back. I just wanted to show what I just picked up. Looks like you got some concrete with these big chunks of rock. It was just on the ground. Did it break off like that? I don't know. Here we are on the back side of the structure. Look at these massive blocks just jutting out. Really massive. Some more of that concrete on top. Oh, what is this? Just some boulders? Are they just using straight up river boulders for construction now? Look at this. All on the outside. Peep how big this chimney is. Nice amount of mortar. A nice amount of mortar on top of this chimney. Nice angle down. Alright. And just a quick overview of the land around. Got some more of the geology jutting out of the ground. And we'll go over to the far side. Alright, so this is the back of the chimney. Let's get a good shot of the ground area. Just the unorganized construction of all these blocks. One thing I'd like to say, in comparison to other people's videos like Shawnee B's and David Wayne's, is out here in the Midwest, it doesn't seem like much of the construction was done with your traditional brick. And it's always this red stone that I find. Maybe they're just pros at using it, right? Damn, I don't know. Here we go, some random, what is this, lead? Possibly. Very similar to what I Am Kairos is filmed in San Francisco. Some exposed slate, very tiny. Just thrown together construction. Really not seeming to have any thought, rhyme, or reason. So it looks like the bottom is just, it's a concrete. Oh wait, maybe some bricks there. Some more of that stone. All right, you guys, so that was the structure. And now I'm going to do some exploring around the outside and see what is above the ground. I'll be back. All right, guys, I'm back. I just wanted to get a quick shot to show you all just what this looks like. So you got this natural outcropping of rock that leads right into this structure that's below the ground, and you know, it's obviously old from that tree I showed at the beginning growing out of it. Just looks really wild. So I'm out here looking for evidence of any sort of infrastructure on top of this geology. But as I'm looking, I am seeing a lot of blockage, but you know, my eyes will tell me that that's just natural how it formed, but you know, who knows really, with them always fucking lying to us. Is this a wall? Don't know. Just wanted to get a cool shot of what it looks like. So this is the type of forest that surrounds this area. Super dense, and it would be like almost impossible to really go in there and explore. I'd really like to check out a little rock formation. All right, I'm gonna try and get to it. All right, guys, I'm back, and there's the structure, and I'm looking off into the distance here, and I found some concrete, it looks like, just chilling in the ground, all by its lonesome, which is next to this. Some interesting features so far that I'm seeing. Possible melted structure, maybe. Let's get it to the 0.5. So yeah, what I'm looking for is basically mortar, any obvious brick. I mean, look at all this though. This really looks interesting. Very old. Here we go. Coming down. This is like a whole wall, actually. Really. Probably some spray paint or something on this. All right, let's keep on exploring.
Hey guys, so for some reason the audio didn't record on this spot, but while I was looking at this rock, I noticed some feather and wedge evidence, and I can't really tell if that's what that is, but I have seen that feature all over while looking, these really deep curved cuts, what it looks like. And yeah, this spot was really amazing, and stay tuned because it gets epic.
Alright guys, I'm back, and I just wanted to show something real fast. Notice how this tree here is growing on top of the rock, even moving much of it as it's growing, and really everything out here is about the same age. So that means this whole area was once cleared, which I just find really interesting. And I haven't found any more evidence of construction. Maybe my eyes are still new to this, but I am seeing a lot of lines, which could possibly mean some melt. Here's some other features, which could mean that. And then over here, seeing what almost looks like brick or stone stack. And I haven't seen this detail yet, but look at the curve of it, how it's fractured out. You got a little, yeah, it just looks interesting, really. And yeah, I will keep on exploring. All right, hello everyone. Still out here in the sticks. And yeah, I just found this interesting spot, more of those interesting lines. I don't know, it just really looks like some brick construction. You know, lines, see how they connect there, going all the way through. And I also just saw this, which I think is super cool. Here we go, here's some more interesting features of the rock. What is that? Is that a tree? No, that's the rock. Is it melted? What? How did that happen? Super interesting. And then over here, look at all this. It's so amazing. Oh, it was a downed tree that I was seeing. I saw this and I was like, whoa, looks like India. All right, let's get that foundation real fast in the film. What is going on? Yeah. Look at how the tree is just like growing. It looks so cool. Is that the tree? That is the tree, definitely. Where is that root coming from? I can't see where it's coming from, and for some reason there's all this brush in the way so that it's hard for me to get there. You guys see that? There you go. Yeah, super cool. All right, we're gonna keep on exploring and see if I find anything else. I will be back. All right, guys, I just wanted to show what it looks like walking up to these spots, just how dense the foliage is. And the stone that I'm looking for is deep inside of the woods. I guess not too deep, but it's in there. And it seems to just keep on going. I would never, ever have guessed that this would have been here when I first moved out. And I guess as I'm just talking, so I'd like to say, like, on my new entry into this topic of Meltology, the way that I see it is I know that it exists and I know that it's there. The stuff that I'm showing here, I'm just trying to figure out, you know, if it is in fact the same thing. You know, I've heard people say that all natural geology is just melted infrastructure. And that really piqued my curiosity and what sent me out here to look. Because, yeah, if that is the case, then the evidence should be all over. But then again, much of it can easily have been sanitized over the years. Yeah, I'll be back. All right, just found this outcropping, and walking down, I found this cinder block. Okay, what's that doing in here? Oh wow, look at this. Just looks so pretty and just wow. But I'm wondering if I'll be able to find any evidence. God, this tree is just growing on top of this stone, just almost consuming it. Look at that. Is that concrete I'm seeing in there? These are some really interesting features of this stone. Wow, very tiny little sections. I wonder if there's any mortar to be found. Also, you can tell that a lot of people have come out here. So it would be no surprise to me if this area has been sanitized. A wall right there. If in fact this was once a structure. Just keeps going. Very cool to the touch. This looks really interesting. Got a weird spray here. It said Meltology. It's a big block on top. Huge. Again, was this once a building or not? Look how this tree is just growing onto it. I don't know. I want to find the evidence. Here's some interesting features. Maybe. People just come out here with like sledgehammers and break it all up. It would be a way to do it. Alright, I'm gonna keep on keeping on and exploring. Hopefully I'll find some. Oh wait, we got some more here. It's like deeper into the cut. Yeah, if anything, this is just a good adventure video. People who haven't seen anything like this or been out here. I think it's really interesting. I also think it's interesting how these trees, look at that, just grew right out of it. It's stuck in there. Yeah, not seeing any more brick and mortar, unfortunately. That's all right. Still out here, and this is a really cool feature. Look at these really present lines here. Old bricks, maybe. This is some slate. Look at how these trees though are just growing. Jeez. Right into the stone. Unbelievable. Breaking, and what you'll see is that it's breaking the stone apart, crashing it. So here's my question. If this stuff is really, I did a little researching on this spot. It said it was billions of years old or something like that. How is it that we're seeing some trees fall down with broken stones and some not, Like, wouldn't this whole area be just completely obliterated if it was actually, billions of years old of exposed quartzite, right? Or granite or whatever they say it is. But yeah, what I'm seeing is like a bunch of, it seems like new construction. New destruction of this area. Similar to what's seen, honestly, the same exact amount of destruction that I see at that fort or whatever. It's almost perfectly mirrored. But yeah, alright, I'm gonna head out, and I think that I'm gonna head to another spot with much more evidence of the melt. But yeah, I'll do Alright, so walking out of that area, I couldn't help but see this. Look at this massive tree, and part of it just falling on the ground. Absolutely incredible. Like, you really only find stuff like this off the beaten path. Look at that. Wow. Just a fine old tree. I wonder, thinking about like why it got hit. Probably has something to do with the electrical conductivity of quartz and trees being natural attractors to energy, like ball lightning and whatnot. Super cool. Alright guys, I will be back. Alright guys, I'm back. I was walking out and I found this. Just off the trail, some obvious concrete with a stone in it. Looks pretty big. Wonder if there's any writing that was on it that, who knows why, but was taken off, right? Like, why? Look at that though. Super cool. Obvious concrete. So let's see if there's anything around the general area. Looks like this trail is really thin, not really traveled that much, but whoa, bird obviously there. Oh geez. It is kind of super dense and scary, and I'm like, are there any snakes out here? Like, oh shit. Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna walk. See, not really seeing anything pop out at me. There does seem to be a clearing out here. And what kind of explorer would I be if I didn't make it to it? Oh! Looks like we're at a fenced off spot. And you all know what that means. Somebody's property, one, and that there's most definitely some infrastructure that they don't want to see back here. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I'll be back, everyone. Peace. Right, walking deeper, found this old pipe. Look at this. Closed off. Some thick steel or metal or whatever it was say. Hydroflow. Very cool. Alright, just keep on going. Alright, still haven't left the area, but I took the long way around. Just wanted to show what was on this area right next to it. You guys can see the still water lagoon. Just nasty murk. And stone all around it. Those stairs? We got some stairs down there, it looks like. Huh. Oh, super interesting though. These strange features. This ridge. What is that? Turtles. Curious what's actually inside of the water, right? Like what's underneath here. I'd also like to say that there are some quarries all around here. Some more of those interesting circular indents I've seen in Sioux City.
Hey, so I just wanted to add that along with quarries, there are also aggregate sites where they're cutting up big blocks and turning them into little world blocks. So maybe old infrastructure.
Just looking for any melt signs at all. And everybody who is a little more aware of this topic, if you do spot something, please point it out to me. I'd love to know. But then again, this whole area could have just been completely sanitized. So actually heading out of the area, and I just wanted to get a quick shot of what the part of the surrounding area looks like. Just nothing at all, just complete fields, and everything behind us is where that little outcropping is, and the river, and the structures down there somewhere. Super. All right, cool. So found this interesting spot. Looks like there's a bunch of rocks piled up over here. And where this is marked on the map, it apparently is some sort of monument of some type. But it's blocked off. You can't get here, so I just hopped the barbed wire to come and do a little investigation. And this stack of rocks really stood out to me. And also this massive ravine. Like, what is going on here? Can't really see anything though in this pile because obviously it's all overgrown, unfortunately. Maybe I can find something. Just piles of stone. Why is it out here? What the fuck is going on, right? Not seeing anything really, but what I do want to get to is to that. Looks like some sort of concrete. So I'm inside of this pile, and I just wanted to show this. The walling all around, that's that pile of rocks. There's another pile, probably of rocks, I don't know. Got this old ass lawnmower here. I don't know what it's doing down here, but god damn. Then over here, got whatever this thing is. Looks like a motor of some sort. It's so weird. But walking up to that pile of slate. Oh, also this area is wet, very marshy. So here we are. What I think looks like concrete. Got some more old metal. Yep, definitely some concrete, but from what? What was here? Do they pull stuff out? Making my way up. Alright guys, I will catch you all at the next spot. If anybody has like any idea what could have been going on here, why is this massive ditch just chilling, please let me know. Alright, bye-bye. Alright, walking out, just wanted to get a quick shot of this house. Damn. Wonder what type of evidence is buried in and around that property, huh? Just completely separated by the water. Would be cool to get in there. Maybe one day. Alright guys, so I'm at the spot that I showed you all in the short that I had. And this was right by the water here. And I'm looking at all the rubble, trying to find some evidence of discarded melt. And so far, this is what I found. What is referred to as Pebble Creek. But it's just a conglomerate of a bunch of smaller rocks. And this is on the way to that structure that I was showing. And the one thing that I've realized and I've been thinking about when I'm looking for all this stuff around this area is that a lot of it's most likely been sanitized completely, or just, you know, over a long period of time, much of the evidence has probably been discarded or disposed of or even buried. So it's really hard to find what I'm looking for. And yeah, I don't know if I will, but I'll never know if I don't look. So I'll get back to you all. Go ahead. Oh shit. If I find some more evidence, there goes some mortar line. This is really heavy, surprisingly heavy. But yeah, stay tuned. All right, what's up, guys? Coming back. Now this tree here that's fallen down, you can see that there are many rocks and stuff underneath. But also I'm finding this random piece of metal. I got no idea really what it is. Maybe you all could help me identify it, maybe AI. But so far, that rock that I showed first is all I found, but along with this piece of metal, underneath this tree here, and its roots. What's this? Alright guys, so I'll be back with some more footage. Adios. What's up everyone? So I'm at this spot called Split Creek Rock, and you're gonna be really surprised, like I was, about what is here. So I did some researching, and first of all, it seemed like this place was done around the Great Depression era and was built to give work for people. And yeah, I don't know, I'll figure out what it was in the past, but yeah, I'll get closer to that wall. But what I really wanted to show is over here. And all throughout this area, you'll just see infrastructure that's like broken. I can't really tell if you've got multiple levels of construction, but here we go. Nice shots of the rock. Similar to where I was just at. This is about 20 minutes away. Alright, so starting off, show you where we are. Just a little bit ways from where I was just at. But notice this tree growing, and we've got some mortar attached to these slabs. Was it all like that before? I wonder if we can take this out. No. Is it growing on top of this rock with the mortar? Can't really tell. Some more mortar. Just randomly over here. Please excuse the train. Yeah, so got this gigantic, seemingly geology coming up into this. So I suppose you could call this a 3-tiered wall, maybe, because we have this one. I'll get some close-ups of it, but then you got that one right above it, and then all the way in the distance you got another wall, and then right above that is the train track. So here, let's get some shots of this wall here. And obviously, you know, this was man-made. Check out that. This is wild. Look at this tree. Huge, mama. Big tree. Okay, growing into this rock, exposing the insides. I guess I can come down here. I'll be damned. Look at that. mortar, maybe? Feather and wedge. Obvious brick and mortar construction. Oh god, dead bird down here. Got some serious nastiness. Ugh. My question is, was this actually brick and they put plaster over it so you can't really see it? I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna get another good spot to record and I will be back. I'm gonna do a quick walkthrough and see what type of evidence we can find. Looks like there was a pipe once here. And obviously sealed off. No access for you. Yeah, let's see what type of evidence we can find. That's in this little knockdown area of blocks, right? Seems like a structure was here that got knocked down. Maybe. Got some concrete, a bunch of concrete. Random holes. Some more concrete. And again, if anybody's watching that has better knowledge and can point out some more evidence, alright, hopefully that helped. Too much data in my phone. But yes, got a bunch of brick and mortar, concrete being used. Much of the infrastructure just in weird ways. This conglomerate of block. Is that just how they built it? Almost as if they just took a bomb and blew everything up, right? Yeah, that's what it seems like to me, really. walking on through, showing what seems to just be destruction of an immense level. All right, you guys, so it's basically just this type of scenery, but I'm gonna conserve some of the battery that I have, or storage. Look how big this piece is, my goodness. Yeah, I'll be back if I see something of interest. Adios. All right, so I'm a little bit closer, but my phone's about to die, so this might be the last. But I just wanted to show this wall one more time. And this, how it looks like it's been plastered to cover the brick lines. Well, what else is around here? This. And I just seen a random rock hole right here. And I'm sure there's so much more evidence that I'm just not seeing right now. So I'll definitely be back out here again to try and document more. Look how massive this concrete is. What was that? All right, everybody, so I'll be back. Yeah. All right, so this is another spot, and I just wanted to get a quick video. But this is some more of that outcrop, and check this out. Just a whole gosh darn river. Got this interesting thing right here, which almost seems like it has some feather and wedge on the side. Some lineage, blockage, what almost looks like mortar. I don't know. Super interesting. So yeah, still at that same spot, and check out this. It's alright. Pretty nice bridge for railroad. Certainly probably done recently, maybe, shit, I don't know. But then you got this railroad. I'm gonna try and get underneath there if I can, but we'll see. Alright, so this is that bridge that I was talking about, and I'm gonna try to get across. But if you look in the distance, you can see that similar type of stone that I find all over the place. What are these holes in there? Really interesting, right? And what is this? A stone wall as well. Stone wall. I wonder how far it goes above, or was all of this once a stone wall? Or was this one of those amazing canals that got destroyed? All right, so I made it to the other side. There's the bridge. We got this old train bridge here, the old foundation. Really like to get over there and check it out. But yeah, it leads back into here. Let's see how far it goes. See if we see any other walls or something like that back there. So I wanted to get some nice shots, and look at this.
Alright guys, so the video is almost over, and this spot over here at Split Creek was probably like about 30 minutes away from the first spot that I recorded, going about 60 miles an hour. Yeah, it's really amazing, and I'll definitely have to get back there when the sun's out a little bit more to search. But I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to bring you another one. Today, I think I'm gonna go exploring some of the city and the brick infrastructure. Peace.
I wanted to get some shots of this wall. I can't tell if that's brick and mortar right there, but that is pretty interesting because it's underneath this massive rock wall. Is that just something that they forgot to pull out? I don't know. I can't wait to come back here when it's brighter so that I could do a little bit more investigation. So as it stands right now, this spot is amazing.
Alright, the video's over and I'm seeing bricks now, but yeah, hope you enjoyed. Peace out, guys.